Good morning, you guys. So I said I would make more videos about the parts work, internal family systems, and I'm not going to repeat them exactly. I think it's best to just read as books to understand it more deeply. But in essence, it's the idea of seeing that we have the ability to have like different moods and different emotions and conflicting beliefs and thoughts. Like, oh, a part of me wants to be in a relationship and a part of me wants to be single. You might have felt that way, or, I'm really angry right now, but I'm not anger, or I feel really ashamed about this, but I'm not shame. Like, different feelings can come up. And the idea of the parts work is to just see that these different emotions or beliefs are just a part of us and to make friends with them. And but what happens is that people have repressed some of their parts, some of their emotions, especially their emotions, and they're not even aware of them. Those repressed parts. I guess you could call it the shadow or the subconscious. He calls it the exiles. Um, and there are different, like, if you've heard of like different self-love people talking about loving all of the parts of yourself. But how are we supposed to love the parts of ourselves that we've exiled, that we've repressed? Okay? And they're often repressed by shame or by anger or by fear, or what are called the protector parts. The protector parts are the ones that we really are like the most aware of, but they're hiding other things, and we don't even realize they're hiding other things because everything is kind of fused together. So, for example, fusing something together can be even like, you know, you might get triggered by someone who says something because you fuse together something that they say with it feeling unsafe. So you just get angry, but not understanding that underneath that anger is your need to feel safe. So I've had some kind of good insights doing this. So the idea really is whatever feeling there is right now in your body or when something comes up, is to just go into in your body and see where it is in your body and see if it's trying to tell you something, or see if it's willing to step aside and see what else is underneath it. And that kind of let me like disentangle some things and see what was really underneath there, and then give some love and acceptance to what's underneath of it. These exile parts are parts of ourselves that we've repressed and shamed. And so when they're running the show but in a negative way. So once they're given love and attention, they no longer have to run the show, and there's more spaciousness and freedom and a different way of seeing the world. Actually, it's hard to find the exiles. The exiles are the parts of ourselves that we repress. So a way to find the exiles is to first to just make friends with the protectors. The protectors are the ones that come up right away, that keep us safe, that we've always gone through life with. And they could even be things, sometimes I wonder if women in abusive relationships are, what is their protector? You know, is danger a protector because it's familiar? I mean, I'm not really sure. I think common protectors could be maybe isolating oneself, getting angry, having shame, having fear, and then kind of asking, well, if I am I willing to let that shame step aside, or that fear step aside? Am I willing, just go inside yourself and just see if it's willing to step aside and see what else is there, and make friends with all those pieces. Okay, the other thing you can do with parts work is to see that when, people are not just that. For example, one easy one that comes to mind is when women say, oh, I don't like when my boyfriend cries because it makes him look weak. Guys have been told that. is to realize that crying is just one part. It's a part of you. It's not who you are. So you're a man, and there's a part of you that sometimes cries or that has feelings, but that doesn't mean you're a crybaby or you're a crier. It gives you more permission to have different parts of you. Or, like, say, when it comes to sex, I think people can be embarrassed to ask for things in sex. Like, oh, that's going to be so embarrassing. What if I'm rejected? Well, the part of you that asks for this thing, that's just a part of you. You don't have to think that that's all of you. So someone might say, or even, when you're facing rejection, there's a part of you that wants to connect, that wants to share a desire. So you do that, and someone might not like it. So they're just saying no to that part. It doesn't mean anything about you as a person. This kind of parts thing, sometimes people feel uncomfortable seeing themselves as parts because we're kind of told about the pathology of people with multiple personality disorders. But the difference is that people with multiple personality disorders, actually their parts are so split off that they think they're this or they think they're that. Whereas with the parts work, you realize that you have different facets to yourself. Just think of it more as different facets of yourself. Like a diamond has different facets, and that you can examine these different facets. And I think it kind of helps us to like kind of separate out and not be so attached to, you know, the idea of just being this homogeneous thing, because we're not homogeneous. I think it just creates a little space in just separating out different aspects of us and finding more some of the underlying repressed feelings, let's say. Also want to say that I haven't been making that many videos lately because the stuff that I really want to talk about that's been on my mind are not things I'm going to make videos about. But there's like, oh, I want to talk about this. Oh, I want to talk about that. Oh, I want to talk about that. But those are not things that I'm going to make videos about. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And then also I've been kind of introspective, more like thinking about the parts work. Some things with my friends and family, kind of thinking about, thinking more about what's going on with the war. And I'm just feeling kind of more like in also like, reflective kind of mood. I'm like, man, I gotta make some videos. People want to watch my videos. But I make the videos when I feel inspired. I kind of forced myself to make this one today because I haven't made one in a while. Um, you know, but I don't really know what else. I don't really know what else to talk about. Right now, I mean, someone left a comment the other day about how he meets people when he's walking his dog. I think that's great. I find that going to the gym is also like a good community space. I've been like connecting more with people in real life, which has been really great. I know a lot of people are meeting each other online. I'm not interested in dating at all. I still, if I, if I'm at the grocery store and I see like a really hot guy, it's always like, oh, he's just way too young. Um, so I probably will never date again. And I'm not really interested in dating anymore, so I don't make those kind of dating videos. I make some videos like about the war and stuff. Hardly anyone watches those. And I mean, haven't felt like talking about sex lately. Although that video I made, The Housewife's Guide to Sex, had a lot of views. I think that was a really good video, by the way. Yeah. So I'm going to just wrap it up with this. So I don't really have to say thank you for watching my video.